Capricorn Stellium. This is your reading for February 2nd, 2021. We're currently under an Aquarius Stellium. How awesome is that? Having a Capricorn Stellium during an Aquarius Stellium. And those are our sisters, brothers. You know, in ancient times, Saturn was also their ruler until they went off on their own. You know how the Aquas do it. And became, they fall under Uranus's rule now. But back to us, Capricorn Stellium. Let's get into how all of this energy can be affecting us at the time. In the center of the reading, we have the Death card. And I do feel like something has to end so that something else can begin. And I think it has something to do with your family. Since we have this crossed by the Ten of Pentacles. You know how when you're tending to trees and wanting to grow trees up, you have to prune off unproductive branches. There needs to be like one strong branch that really anchors, I guess, the tree, or really all of the nutrients really flow and all of the good fruit comes from that thick, strong branch. And the ones that are unproductive, they kind of need to be pruned back. I feel like in a family tree, there are some weaklings. And I can only talk like this amongst Capricorn Stellies. And other 10th houses and Capricorns, they get it. But I can only talk like this among y'all, but there's some weaklings. It's some weaklings, and unfortunately, at this point in society, weaklings are thriving because they have the whole mental health movement behind them, and they can just cry, "Oh, I'm triggered. I have trauma," instead of really facing what it is. And a lot of the weaklings also are able to make the strong seem like the bad guys. It's not wrong to be strong. You're actually fit for survival when you're strong. Survival of the fittest here is definitely a thing. Survival of the fittest. I mean, what else are we here for? We didn't come to Earth to die out. That's not what we came here for. We came to enjoy this 3D realm and be fruitful and multiply. And you want to multiply that which is the strongest so that it has longevity. So something needs to die in order for longevity to move through you, in order to be a conduit for longevity, I feel. And it does have a lot to do with your family or traditions. If not your immediate family, it could be traditions such as, religion, traditions in diet. There's a lot of different ways that could go. But I feel like a lot of it has to do with your mother or your mother's side. You may come to find out your mother's side is like the source of all the weakness. Or your mother instilled in you some weak habits. This is kind of harsh, but I can only talk like this with Capricorn Stellium. Only y'all will get this and not be like super offended. But there's weakness on your mother's side. There is weakness from your maternal lineage, or at least just habits that you cannot sustain, habits that you need to leave in the past if you want to do better in the future. For some, it can be just as simple as you were coddled at home, so now it's time for you to venture off on your own. For others, it's a lot more intense. Like there was a lot of toxic behaviors and habits that are passed down, generational curses that are passed down through your mother's side of the family that you don't have to deal with on Papa's side of the family. We're talking about mother's side of the family here. Toxic behaviors, gossip, jealousy, narcissism. It feels like a trait that runs through just the mother's side, and these cards are saying that in order for you to prosper, you need to prune those branches. That part of that part of the family tree has to go. It has to be like written off. You don't have to disclaim them, but you don't have to claim them either. You can just be a neutral party. You can be that 0 point between death and birth. Just that that black hole, that darkness, that potential, the dark matter. That's what you can be, dark matter, because we have the hangman here, and he's just kind of suspended in the air. And that's what we're showing in the immediate future. You can just be that suspension point where you don't carry any habits from your mother's side into the future. You don't honor their legacy, but maybe you don't necessarily disgrace their legacy either. You just kind of tell your story. You just tell what you came from. You don't have to necessarily point fingers and say, well, this person did that to me. You can still keep a degree of discretion. Because we do have the moon here. I feel like some things may still be hidden, or you may desire to keep them hidden just out of more of an honorable type of energy. And I'm getting that from that Ten of Swords. It's more like in an honorable way. You don't necessarily want to disgrace that from which you came, because it is still what you came from. But at the same time, it's like you have no desire to honor it either. And that's a very mature and balanced, and it's a really graceful, and I do feel grace here. It's a very graceful perspective. It's powerful. That's what it is. You don't have a need to be forceful. You don't have to force a title on anyone. You don't have to say, you were bad, you did this to me. You know, you don't have to do that. It's more so of a, wow, this is what I came from, and that's not good for me in the long run. That's not productive for myself and my family. So I'll cut that off, but I'll still, accept it. I'll acknowledge it for what it is. I'll acknowledge it for what it made me, but I can't carry that forward. I can't honor that. I can't even talk about it. I'm not even going to say specific names, because the specific people are not important. It doesn't matter who it came from. It's unproductive. And I feel like productivity is more of the focus here. You're just really you're, I won't say distracted, but you are highly engaged. I'll say you're highly engaged in the things that you want to create with your life. You're highly engaged in honing your own gifts and talents. Highly engaged in doing work that is meaningful and purposeful to you, and also helpful to others. So you don't really have time to keep delving into that. Like I say, you just kind of keep that 0 point dark matter um type of energy, where yeah, that's what I came from, and I'm attached to it in that way, like by kinship and by blood. But in spirit, that's not me. That's not where I'm going. So while I am here, I'm actually not here. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm here, but you can't see me. I'm in the family, but you can't contact me. I'm your cousin, but I'm not coming to any family reunions. I'm your sister. Don't invite me to your wedding. You get what I'm saying? It's that type of energy. This is deep. I was not expecting this. I was not expecting this, honestly, guys. It's so balanced. And I feel like this is the kind of lesson that allows you to balance out your mental, your physical, your spiritual, um, everything about you that needs to be balanced. And when you have that balance, it opens up the space for other balanced people to come into your life. And that brings a lot of happiness. That brings a lot of pure celebrations, meaning you can get with these people and y'all can really have fun at dinner parties, or you can go out on day trips, or take road trips, or even inviting in the type of relationship with someone who is just as balanced as you are. Y'all can just really enjoy each other, because there won't be a codependency here. Someone who is at that 0 point, that dark matter point of letting go of their family attachments, but still honoring where they came from. Not even honoring, acknowledging where they came from, but only honoring that which will move them forward, or that which gives them longevity in the future. There's no codependent energy about that. Not at all. Not even a little bit. And this is how Capricorn Stellium is maximizing that Aquarius Stellium energy. Aquarius is definitely not known for being attached. They're known for being detached. But because Capricorn is the more, higher echelon, mature type of energy, it's not necessarily trying to be detached. It's just more of, that doesn't work for me, so I don't need to give that any more attention. This is what works for me, so I'm going to go over there and give this attention. Don't bother me anymore, though. That side of the family, don't bother me, okay? And those who are on the other side, they get to be left with that negativity. It stops with you. And because it stops with you, that stops their whole train. It derails their whole train. It knocks them off their tracks. They have to be left with spilled cups. If you slam brakes too hard in a car that has drinks in the cup holders, at least one of those drinks are going to go flying. And I see these spilled cups. They have to deal with that mess. You don't take on any of it. You go forward and you only concern yourself with the things that you want to build and you want to create. You focus on your children. You focus on your money, your stability, doing deals, having profitable partners, making things happen with people who you want to collaborate with, people you want to work with, not people that you have to work with. I don't see any of that energy. No one can really make you do anything, I feel. And that's another Aquarius stellium thing. Well, it's Capricorn stellium too, but even more so, Aquarius is very independent. They don't care about going off on their own. So Capricorn here, you're already independence and strive for high goals meshes with that Aquarian independence, and no one really can't tell you what to do now. They really can't tell you about themselves. This is also you getting away from any stereotypes or any negative connotations that come along with your family. Let's say a lot of people in your family have like hella baby daddies, like 8 kids, 6 baby daddies, shit like that. You're getting away from that. Or the whole family came up living in the projects. You getting away from that. And I'm not speaking bad on anyone who those things apply to. I'm just saying in real life those are kind of seen in a negative way. And Capricorn Stellium, you have an opportunity to get away from it. It's power. It's all power. You are taking control of your own life. You understand that which you are capable. You understand that because these are the toxic habits and the ways that were passed down on that side of your family. You're capable. You absolutely are capable of being that type of person. So don't get it twisted. Don't think it's all love and light. If need be, I can be that devil that we're associated with in the tarot. Capricorn can be that. But we choose. And that's the power and the choice. You choose where you want to focus and direct your energy. And you choose where you want to basically station yourself in life. You don't have to stay where your other... I'm hearing Jay-Z, I'm different. I can't base what I'm going to be off of what everybody isn't. You can't base your life off of what people in your family are or are not. And you don't plan to do that at all. And that just opening it's just opening a powerful pathway for you. Just know that the more you move toward your own goals and the more you get away from that old energy, the more beautiful relationships. If you're single, a beautiful relationship is right there on the horizon with a person who is whole and a person who is healthy and forthcoming and upfront and authentic. And there won't be any insecurity or anything like that because they're just as balanced as you are. So it's a beautiful reading, Capricorn Stellium, and I appreciate y'all. Oh, let me go get the door. I ended at the right time. See y'all. Bye.